Hey nerds, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to 12 Days of Nerdmas. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my Avatar: The Last Airbender graphic novel collection by Dark Horse. Okay, that was a mouthful. So sorry if it sounded weird. I was like trying to say my words as losing my words. It's fine. Okay, so basically, I just want to show you guys my full collection of all the graphic novels from Avatar: The Last Airbender that was put out by Dark Horse. I think I own all of the ones that are out right now. Feel free to let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, so I just want to kind of go over them real quick. So first off, you saw at the beginning I have this big giant book. So I have two of these. These are library editions of the graphic novel. So it's the same story as some of the other ones I'm going to show you, but it's in a much larger version. So like I said, these are library editions. So it's basically the exact same thing that you would get in the graphic novel, basically at the same size as well. But then on the sides, you get notes from like the writers and I don't know if you could see that. Sorry, my lights are super bright. Okay, sorry, hopefully that's less bright. Okay, let's see if you can see it now. So, inside, dang it. It's so faint. It's so faint, but basically, inside the library editions, like I said, you get the full-on graphic novel, but then on the side, you have like notes from the authors and stuff. Like this note says, when we were having difficulty coming up with a costume for the fan club, Gene drew us a sketch of what he was thinking, which helped a lot. So, like, I don't know. That wasn't that great of a note, but, you know, it's just a little note, and not every single page is going to have one, but just at any point, if they have anything that they thought was useful, it'll be in there. The pages are thick, and they feel really nice. Really nicely printed, much more expensive than just the regular graphic novel, but definitely worth it if you're a collector. So I only have two right now, but I plan to get the whole set eventually at some point. Then on to the graphic novels themselves. So this is almost the complete set that I have. There's one book missing. I cannot seem to find it anywhere. It seems to have gotten lost in the move. So I might have to order another one, or I might just wait. I'm not completely sure. But first, the main set of books are here, and the spine, when you line them up, it creates an image. It's not done very well, if I'm honest, the way that it's printed. They don't line up the best. There's a lot of overlap of like some of the same things from one book to the next, but basically this is just a continuation of the Avatar story. So it picks up right after the show left off, and then you kind of get different stories for different characters. So like the first one is just kind of talking about like the difficulties that Aang and Zuko have with like running this new world that's supposed to be at peace and figuring out what to do because not everybody's happy with it. Then there's one, the second one in the set is called The Search. You get to find out what happens to Zuko, what happened to Zuko's mom, and see all about that. That's full story there. You get some stories about Toph and her metal bending and teaching people how to metal bend and stuff like that. These are her metal bending students over on the side. This one's about Sokka and Katara and their dad and his new woman and what's happening with their tribe and stuff. And then there's Smoke and Shadow. I think this one is about Azula a bit, or like their whole family, the Fire Nation and stuff like that. I don't 100% remember what all happens in this book. But yeah, so lots of awesome stories that continue on from the end of the show. And then the next set is something similar but a little bit different. It's all a part of the same line, but these don't like continue on the story exactly. So there's like the Lost Adventures, for example. So this book shows like in between, like when they're traveling places or when they're in different cities. You only get to see but so much in the show. But this book is basically supposed to show you some other, obviously, like adventures that they have in different places. So like there's some when they were in the Fire Nation, there's some dealing with like Appa and Aang's allergies and stuff. and just all kinds of random stuff throughout this book. This one is not my favorite type of story because it's just a bunch of little short stories versus these. It's like a complete book, a complete story. But this is still cool. Oh, actually, I forgot the last one. Then there's also Imbalance. So I don't have the omnibus for this one. So these right here, I don't think any of them say it. But basically, this is a collection of all the stories that come in this set. So it's usually about 3 books that make up one storyline. It's like 3 parts. So these, I was able to get like just the complete version instead of the individual copies because it's more expensive to get each individual one because these sell for $12.99 a piece and these sell for $25 a piece. So like 2 of these equals the price of 1 of these, but it takes 3 of these to make 1 of these. So anyways, Imbalance though, at the time that I bought them, did not have a complete version, so I had to buy all the individual copies. But now there is a complete version out there. I just need to buy it. And I don't know, maybe I'll try to sell these ones to Second and Charles or something like that. I'm not sure, since I don't have the singles of any of the rest of the stories. Now, I could be a crazy, or whatever you want to call it, completist, and get the individual parts for each one of these books. That's just a little overkill and a little, like, a lot of money, especially since I want to get the library edition of all of them, so that's a little pricey. And then the last kind of stories that came out from this line are ones like this. This is called Suki Alone. So basically this is just like a story dedicated to Suki. There's going to be other characters in there and her interacting with other people, but it's like her time when she was captured by the Fire Nation and Azula and stuff, and she was held prisoner. You just kind of get to hear Suki's story of, you know, being in that prison. The other one that I cannot seem to find is Toph's Metal Bending Academy. So that's where you get like a more detailed look at Toph teaching her students how to metal bend and them overcoming their shortcomings and fears and stuff like that. In the Rift, you get a little bit of her students like fighting to help Team Avatar, but in the other book that's all about them, you get more information on the individual students. And then lastly, the newest book that has just come out is Azula in the Spirit Temple. I didn't remember the name because I have yet to read this one. I literally just got this like a couple of days before Nerdmas began because I realized, oh yeah, I need to get this book because I want to continue reading the rest of the Avatar stories. The next books I'm going to show you is why I had stopped like looking into this one, getting this one. So I have this one, don't really know how it is. From what I've heard online, it's really good. I'm very excited to read it. I like Azula. She's crazy, but she's super powerful. If she wasn't bad, I would like her more, but yeah, I don't know. There is one more currently like slated to come out. Like they've already been working on it. Cover art, it's on pre-order and all that kind of stuff. Like on Amazon, or you can go local bookstore or Barnes & Noble or something like that. That one is about Uncle Iroh and dang, I can't think of that girl's name. It's the woman that rides on the like mole thing that can smell with its tongue. I can't remember. So the story is about them two. I don't know how those are going to correlate, to be honest. I would have much rather had a story just about Uncle Iroh, if I'm honest. Nothing wrong with that girl, but I don't need a story about her. So yeah. Anyways, the last thing I want to tell you about, I considered making this a separate video, but I figured, nah, it's all technically like the same franchise or whatever. And that is the Legend of Korra graphic novels by Dark Horse. So there are technically like 2 full omnibuses, like the story, and then there's other stuff. So the first one, you get introduced to like some new villains, some different gangs in Republic City and stuff like that. But what I love the most about these books, and what I forgot to say about the Avatar ones, so in the Avatar ones, you get to see Katara and Aang actually together in a relationship. And even like one of the first scenes in the first book, you see them kissing and stuff like that. So they're like full on in a relationship at this point in those books. And that's what I love about the the Legend of Korra ones. Because if I'm honest, I never watched Legend of Korra when it first came out. And people talked about how gay it was and blah, blah, blah. And so I should watch it. I finally watched it like 2 summers ago when I had COVID after going to Disney World. It was not gay. I was very disappointed because it was heavy on the Korra liking this Mako and Bolin liking Korra, but Mako being with Asami and off and on, him going back and forth. It was just too much love triangle-ness, too much like obsession about these boys and stuff. It was not giving gay. They tried to like waft it by at the end of like Katara only sending letters to Lord, her name just slipped my mind. Oh, Korra only sending letters to Asami. That don't equal gay. And then them going on vacation together at the very end. That don't equal gay. They held hands just barely. People hold hands all the time with their friends. But in these books, them bitches is gay. So in the first one, it literally opens up immediately after they walk into the spirit portal at the end of the last episode. Like, it starts off with them walking through the portal, holding hands. And just like Katara and Aang, the bitches be kissing. See? They be slobbing. That's gay. That's what I'm talking about. So I get it. It was, you know, Nickelodeon show. So it's nice to see it in these because they're graphic novels produced by Dark Horse. They are still technically Nickelodeon, like it says Nickelodeon branding on all of the books because it is Nickelodeon's property, but Dark Horse is making these so they have a little bit more leeway in the types of stories they can tell. So yeah, so new characters, gay shit. You get to see what's happening with all of our characters and stuff. Look at them. And then in the second one, you get a return of Kuvera, and you get to see more about her story and how things unfold after she tried to take over Republic City and all the nations and stuff. Really like these books. Really love the continuation. And like I said, for me personally, just a little bit more in-depth gayness, you know? And then, just like the other ones, this has little side books as well. So I have this one, which is called Patterns in Time. So it's just a collection of short stories dealing with Legend of Korra. And then there's also another book, the art and animated series. So there are these here that you could get. That's not really my thing because there's not like a story in them as far as I know. It's just like artwork from it. So I may or may not get those, but at this moment, I won't get those. So I have the complete Legend of Korra books, like stories and stuff. I also have the complete Avatar, The Last Airbender set. I'm pretty sure. The Promise, The Search, The Rift, Smoke and Shadow, North and South, Lost Adventures, Azula. Oh, Katara and the Pirate Silver. I am missing one. Dang it. I'm still titling this video that I have a complete version. Maybe not, I don't know. But there is one that I'm missing. That Katara one right there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, dang, that sucks. I love these books. I highly recommend them. I'm not a comic person, but neither am I, nor am I like a graphic novel person because basically like comics. There's not enough text for me and too much pictures. But these, because I know the characters so well and I love the Avatar franchise, I'm able to read these with no problem, with lightning speed. Can't wait to read this one. Might read it tonight, to be honest. I don't know. Are you guys interested in like detailed reviews or recounts of the book? I can do that as like a little mini series on the channel, talking about each individual omnibus. Let me know what you think about that. That could be interesting. Okay, now it's time for our sock calendar. Let's whip this bad boy open. Day 4. This time, ooh, I really like these. It's like a dark gray sock with a little black outline of Minnie and her red bow. Oh, I really dig those socks. Oh, I could wear them right now with my current sweatshirt. But that's going to do it for me in this video, guys. If you like this video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And while you're down there, let me know in the comment section, do you own any of these Avatar or Legend of Korra books? Are the Korra books too gay for you? Not for me. And would you be interested, like I said, in me reviewing the books and talking about them like in depth and giving them ratings and stuff like that? If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the know of all the nerdy, and hit that bell notification. And be sure to share this video and my channel with anybody that you think may enjoy. But as always, guys, remember, keep it nerdy.